want to show you how to defeat Lord Ashbourne and to get his sword, which requires level 5 strength but does a nice bit of damage, and you can actually get multiple times. It's worth noting if it breaks you can't repair it. And this is an end level boss, but he also respawns, so you can actually get him earlier on in the game, even before you've got there, and then get that sword several times. I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. Now, Lord Ashbourne is located sort of in the bottom middle of the map, at the brigand headquarters that you can see here. He is by no means easy to kill, so you either have to take your army with you, or you can do it the cheeky way, and I'm going to show you how to do that because it's really easy. I would recommend building a fast travel sign nearby though, so you can see there's a road running nearby to the headquarters here. Build a fast travel point there, because if you die it'll be easier to get back to your things. Once you finish crafting that fast travel point, you'll find that up the hill here you can see like an old derelict castle. Head up there and I'm going to show you what to do. Now, it's worth bearing in mind there are some very high level enemies in here with a lot of high level gear, and they will pretty much destroy you. I've got pretty decent armor on here. In fact, I've got the best helmet you can get, pretty decent leg armor and midriff armor and other things. And yet in hand-to-hand combat I've died several times trying to defeat Lord Ashbourne and his goons. But if you jump up onto the wall here, you can then climb up on these ramparts, essentially, and you will eventually alert them. So you can see they're now sort of running around. Now, naturally, if you're in a sort of cheeky position like this, brigands and baddies will just sort of tend to run in random directions, and they're actually quite difficult to shoot. I'd recommend bringing with you iron arrows or bronze arrows, and a lot of them. Iron arrows will be more useful, obviously more difficult to craft. Bronze arrows will work, but you will need a lot in order to do this. Now, to make them a bit easier to hit, if you climb up on the wall here, at this position, you can find that you're just out of range of their swords, so you can shoot them directly in the eye hole through their helmets, and this will obviously do quite a bit of damage and take them out. However, don't think that you're invincible in this position, because it is still possible for the ones with long swords to hit you, so you might need to wiggle around or to move about to a different position. There are other spots in the camp where you can do this. My friend stood on top of a lantern in the middle of the base to do it, for example. But we've actually defeated Lord Ashbourne 3 times now using these cheeky techniques. You get obviously quite a lot of experience points for killing these guys. As you can see, it gives you 180 renown, and it will boost other things like your archery and your damage attributes as well, depending on how you're defeating them, so it can be worthwhile. However, it is very punishing, so take a lot of health with you in health supplements and bandages and other things, and more importantly, take a lot of arrows. And then you just have to make sure you don't get hit, and if possible, try and loot their bodies as you kill them, because then at least you can potentially grab some food for stamina and for other things here. Now, you will find occasionally they just run off randomly, even though you're on this position. What I found is the best thing to do is to get on top of the edge of the wall, sort of tease them back to come straight for you. If you run low on ammo, it is possible to melee them, especially when you've got their numbers down a bit and there's less of them to deal with. You can step forward and hit and then step back so they can't quite reach you. But arrows to the face are definitely preferable. If you can get them to line up nicely and stay there like this, you can really just keep shooting them in the face until they're all dead. Now, once you kill them all, you obviously get quite a lot of loot and Lord Ashbourne's sword, which most importantly is very useful because it also does a lot of damage. It's single-handed, so you can combine it with a shield, and as I said, you can get it over and over and over again. Now, you will get an achievement for defeating Lord Ashbourne, so it's worth noting that, and as I said, it's actually end level, so it's like the last quest in the game, but you can take it on earlier. Doesn't matter, you're not really spoiling anything massive here, and they will respawn, so you're not going to break the quest line if you want to just be cheeky and try and get that sword earlier. The other thing I found that's useful is if you can get them to come up against an object like this, you can hit them in an angle where they can't hit you, which is quite nice, and then you can just reap the benefits. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.